I'm predicting a new wave of opportunity coming to the online space, and it's going to be remote work and outsourcing, or overemployment as you call it, working multiple jobs online at the same time by leveraging your workload, right? And so it's pretty freaking crazy the way the space is set up at the moment, and it's going to boom, it's going to blow up. I'm predicting this. This is my call right here. See, first it was dropshipping, it was Amazon FBA, it was marketing agency, starting all these business models online, right? And then people realized that it was fucking hard to build a business, right? And sure, some people had success, but no one really built a long-term sustainable asset or business, right? A lot of people got churned and burned through these courses and programs and gurus and never actually got anywhere. And so I'm predicting that the new age of online entrepreneurs, if you want to call it, intrapreneur, I don't know what the correct term is, but essentially viewing remote jobs or remote work as clients. And that's going to be the new opportunity that people are going to jump into. And essentially it's going to be a extreme version of freelancing, where instead of, just searching for freelance clients, you're going to search for actual legitimate remote jobs and then be able to leverage your workload and outsource your workload in that remote job to now be able to then take on a second and a third remote job. And that's essentially what's called being overemployed, working multiple jobs at the same time. And I think this is going to be the new opportunity. And I'm making that call now, making that bet. I'm creating, trainings, education around this model. It's what I used to be able to travel around Asia full time for the last 2 years, earning over $200,000 per year, working less than 4 hours per day across multiple jobs. And that's the beauty of being able to not only find remote work, but actually outsource that remote work and leverage your time so that you don't actually have to put so much input into it. So I truly believe this is the next best opportunity to jump onto. So a few things around that. Let's talk about this in a bit more depth. So what does this actually mean and look like? Well, the remote space is growing by the thousands every single day. There is thousands and thousands of remote jobs being posted online because companies are realizing that to access more talent in the world, they need to open up their employment to people remote, because then you have access to a pool of talent around the world as opposed to just in your local location, right? And so companies are becoming more savvy with this, and therefore there are more and more remote job opportunities popping up online. And so that's created a beautiful environment for this opportunity to flourish and for more people to have access to remote work opportunities. As well as, I think this all kind of started mostly during COVID, because during COVID, everyone had to work remote, right? We weren't allowed to go out, and there was so much lockdown that people had to actually work remotely. And that's when companies realized that, hey, it's actually a lot cheaper for us to hire remote employees. And also it gives us access to more opportunity in terms of talent around the world. So companies became more savvy about the remote work opportunity within their businesses. And that created the opportunity for so many people to just find work online, essentially. And so I can only see this growing. I can only see the remote workspace continue to expand, and more people start to realize the power of remote work. Because there's only so many clients you can get as a business owner, right? You've got people you're competing with, whether you're a marketing agency, you're doing dropshipping, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're competing with so many other people who are doing the exact same thing. And it becomes a very saturated market, right? And that's not to say you can't have success and can't crush it. You absolutely can. I'm not saying that. However, for a lot of people, I'm not speaking to the business owners who are successful. I'm speaking to the business owners who are doing it to try and achieve freedom, but they're not. And that's like what I was experiencing like a few years back, right? All I wanted to do was travel the world and have freedom and be able to go around to cool places, have cool experiences with cool people. And that's what I wanted, right? I didn't actually want to build a business at the time. I just wanted freedom. I wanted to experience the world. I wanted to travel, and I couldn't find how to do it. And so I thought online business was the way to do it. And so I hustled my ass off for 3 years trying to build businesses. And sure, I had some good success, made multi-six figures, but I never had the opportunity to travel. And mostly because COVID happened as well. That didn't help. But I think like the easiest way, if you want that level of freedom where you can travel the world, work from anywhere, and earn a consistent paycheck, it's remote work. That is the opportunity. Business, it can be an emotional roller coaster, an income roller coaster. Some months you're gonna make a lot of money, other months you make not so much money. I speak to a lot of coaches. I came from the coaching world myself, running coaching businesses. And yeah, it's just inconsistent, right? Like some months you'll have 5, 10 clients, and then the other months you'll have like 1 or 2 clients. And it will just be this fluctuation of like income. And the thing with the coaching business as well, the coaching model, is you start from zero every month. And it's the same if you're a salesperson as well. You start from zero every month. You're only as good as what you do for that month, not what you do for the year. And so looking at things like that makes it really hard to get ahead because you're constantly having to start fresh every single month. Whereas if you have a consistent paycheck from a remote job, that's recurring. Like that happens every month. Like if you're getting paid $4,000 or $5,000 a month, that's coming in every month. You know that's what you're getting paid every month. So there's consistency and sustainability in that. And then plus, if you do what I teach and outsource the workload, now you have the free time to actually build a business on the side if you wanted to, plus capital to invest into the business, which gives you a major advantage against all the competitors out there who are doing the same shit, right? So that's like how I view remote work as the easiest opportunity to get ahead, not only financially by having a consistent paycheck, but then having the opportunity to be able to outsource and automate your workload because you're not in an office. You don't actually have to sit down in front of a desk doing the work. You can be smart with how you get that work complete, right? Like start to hire virtual assistants, start to use automation tools like Zapier and shit. And this just frees up so much of your time to now earn that paycheck in a smart way rather than having to work so hard. So yeah, the remote work opportunity is it. It is it. And you're gonna see that over the next few years. A lot of people are gonna jump into this. Like I know for certain that this business that I'm building leveraged here, remote work freedom, this is just gonna boom because people are gonna realize that it's an easier pathway to achieve lifestyle freedom rather than going out and starting a business or doing crazy side hustles or doing all of these things that are just a lot more difficult and take a lot more time, right? Like realistically, to achieve freedom with remote work, you only need 2 skills. First is how to actually find a remote job, right? How to package your skill sets up, how to sell yourself to employers, how to find those employers to send your applications to and land remote job opportunities, right? That's the first skill. The second skill is actually once you have that remote job, how do you leverage the workload? How do you simplify, automate, and delegate that workload to be able to take off the pressure of having to have an 8-hour workday, right? And instead you could work 2 hours a day or less, right? So that's like the 2 skills that you need to actually achieve some sense of lifestyle freedom with remote work. And it's a lot quicker, a lot faster than starting a business because that's 2 skill sets compared to the 10, 20, 30 skill sets you need to build a business. You have to understand marketing. You have to understand copywriting. You have to understand sales. You have to understand client fulfillment and delivery. You have to understand business structure. Like there's so many things you need to learn to run a successful business that's going to consistently pay you. Consistently being the key word, right? Whereas with a remote job, you will always be consistently paid because the paycheck is monthly and it's guaranteed and you don't have to stress about what you're going to make each month, right? So that's like another part of it. You remove like the whole mental stress of like not knowing where your next money is going to come from, right? So yeah, anyway, like I'm not speaking to the successful business owner. If you've already made it in business and you're doing good, your cash flow is amazing, you're crushing it, this probably isn't for you. But if you're one of those business owners or you're a 9-to-5 office worker who's just struggling with cash flow, this is the solution. And it's simpler. It's a stepping stone to starting a business, right? It doesn't mean you have to do this and never start a business. It means that you can achieve freedom before you ever start the business and then still have the free time and income to build the business later down the track, right? So I'm just gonna have a sip of water quick here. So that's essentially it, right? Now, if you wanna learn more about how to do this, I'm gonna be posting more here on YouTube, breaking more things into depth. Also, I started it didn't start, it's been around for like 2 years now, but there's a Facebook group that I have. It's called Remote Work Freedom Light. And that is our free community where you can access a 100-page ebook that breaks down this entire process step by step. Literally, there's everything in there. I'm not even kidding. Like, it's 102 pages showing you exactly how to craft your resume, how to find jobs, how to send applications, how to get job offers, how to take interviews, like everything you need to know, as well as like simplifying, automating, delegating, how to find virtual assistants, how to train them, how to build SOPs, like pretty much everything you need to know to make this thing successful, right? So that ebook is the best resource ever. So if you want that, you have to join the Remote Work Freedom Lite group. It's a free Facebook group. You just request to join. And once you're inside there, you'll get sent the ebook. And we also do a free coaching call for you as well. So if you want to jump on a one-to-one call and just get free coaching on this idea and this model and see what it would look like for your specific scenario of what skill sets you have and what you could use online, that's another thing we do as well. So I'll leave the link here where you can join the free Facebook group. It should just be fb.com/groups/remote work freedom if you want to remember that, or just click the link somewhere. But yeah, that's the best place to learn this stuff. I'm making a lot of stuff free and accessible to you. We obviously have a paid community if you want to get a bit more further support, but there's a lot of free stuff I'm giving to you guys just to get you started down this pathway, right? Because for a lot of people, this is going to be a new concept and it might take some time to kind of learn and implement. So yeah, I'm bullish on this in a sense, very bullish on this opportunity of remote work plus outsourcing and overemployment, this whole thing. So yeah, join the Facebook group, check out the free trainings, check out the ebook, and if it floats your boat, jump on the coaching call as well. Happy to guide you along this process. But that's all for this video. I hope this gave you some insights, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.